I say, you know, I met this woman in Los Angeles, and she told me that a woman's best friend was diamonds. And I told her, the woman's best friend is makeup, because without makeup, you don't get the diamond.
She's in love with him, and she loves the fact that she loves that he don't love her. Okay, so here we are with another video. I gotta lay on my left side because for some reason, man, like ever since the middle of yesterday, my right nostril just like fucking shut the fuck off. So if I sit up, I'll be blowing my nose every 2 goddamn seconds. So I'm gonna try to, not blow my nose every 2 seconds in this video. So this guy, he has one rant in his speech. But there was so many different areas of where and how he fucked up, and he seems like a good dude. I mean, you can tell he's sitting by his pool probably in his backyard. He seems like a good dude. But anyway, we're gonna get started with this video, and then after this, if I keep going, I'll probably just freestyle the rest of it because y'all know I never make plans or scripts or anything like that. I just go. I am not a professional when it comes to this shit. All right, so here we go.
So I took my boys out to eat last night. Went out, sat down at the restaurant. A few minutes later, a really attractive waitress came up to me. And she was flirting with me. She was like hinting that she was single, like a single mom. Even told me her work schedule. Like was asking me questions, started interacting with my kids, and was like phenomenal with them. She was like squatted down talking to my 3-year-old on his level. I mean, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And she knew that. It's okay. See, that's okay. Mistake one right there. Never take a woman serious when you are at her place of employment. Never take, especially if it's in a position where, when he's going to touch on it, he understands that women try to get tips, blah, 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 especially if it's in a field of work like that. Never, ever hit on a woman who is at like a place of employment, especially if it's like, a restaurant or like a shopping mall or some shit like that. Because especially if you're in the United States, And the reason I say this is because, okay, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I told you guys that story about, now I got lucky, but I ended up moving in with the cute receptionist at the tutorial services at the college I worked at. We ended up moving in together. I took her from her boyfriend and we moved in together. She had a boyfriend. Now I got lucky, but I would never recommend another man to even waste his time with that. And the reason I say this is because when I was with her, every guy who came down there thought he was the only one who noticed she was cute. And guess what? They came and they brought her food, they brought her Gatorades, pizzas, tacos, all types of shit to eat, fucking all this shit. And you know who ate all that shit? Meow. That's who ate all that shit. Every guy thought he was the only one. Everyone, and it was so sad. I would stand off in the distance and just kind of watch sometime, and just like, because me and a good friend of mine, I'm still friends with him to this day. I talked to him a few days ago. We still talk about video games and shit like that. Because we were all cool, and we would kind of sit off, and he would say, "Oh, look, it's another one over there. Another dude is coming." Because he thinks he's the only one, and we would just kind of laugh about it, and can do our own thing. Never ever, okay, because like I said, especially if it's at her place of employment, because what you also got to think about is, unless you work there with her, which looking back, I would never recommend you do this with a woman you work with. But if you, the best chance is if you work there with her, from my experiences, because if you don't work there with her, and if you come off as creepy, well, now she's told her boss, and now maybe campus police, and everybody's looking out for you, and you don't even know. You thought you was just flirting with her, like, but she can in a sense feel trapped because she's stuck at this place of employment, and now guess what? The creepy guy is coming up to hit on her. There's so many reasons why I never advise for men to hit on women at their place of employment. Like I said, now I got lucky. I took her from her boyfriend and she ended up moving in with me. I got lucky, but also I worked there too. But 95% of the cases don't work out like that. Because like I said, dude, you were not the first one. You were not the first one that day who approached her. All right. It especially in the United States where at least 70% of all women are fat, fucked up, loud, and stupid. Okay. Especially in the US where all a woman has to do is be of healthy body weight and take a bath. And she's automatically a 7 out of 10. Okay, you were not the first one who walked up in there. All right? But we won't continue.
I thought, man, this girl's not only beautiful, but she's really sweet. And I know how waitresses like to get tips and stuff like that, but it just felt different than most of the time, like when I go out somewhere. So I decided I was going to ask her out. So before we left, I asked her out, and her response was, oh, no. I said, oh, do you have a boyfriend? She goes, no, I'm just not interested. But you guys seem really cool, though.
Yeah. That's how it works.
I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong, man. She can feel, like, okay, as a man, like, see, men, we don't, like, I'm saying this from a woman's perspective. Because from learning women, like literally learning women, talking to bitches and learning them like for real, not on some old superficial nonsense bullshit, but getting like to core conversations with them and explaining shit and then doing the math after that. Women can tell if you care about them too quick. You see, like, and like I say so many times before, women know that they aren't worth anything. Women know that the biggest con is them being born as in the costume of woman's body and then men becoming attracted to that. So women know when you give them any undeserved attention in any way. You was probably the fact that you was staring at her with caring eyes or maybe she like something about you was coming off. You cared too much too quick. And every woman, play this for your girlfriend or your wife or whoever the fuck, female friend in your life, whatever. Women, you know you are not worth the attention that men give you. You know it. So when a guy comes up and gives you too much attention up front, it freaks you out because you know, women, you know you are not worth that unearned attention. But you know what is worth it? That the part of you that is always for sale, your body. Your body is always advertising. You see, but one women, your insides, your thoughts, your brain processes. See, men have to work to get into there. So that's but see, you're living. But see, women, from your perspective, you're living with your own brain mentality. So you know, you as an individual, you are not worth this unearned attention. But your body is signaling to men, number one priority type of shit. So what happens is when men walk up and give women this unearned attention, she is immediately turned off by that, unless she figures she can use him for something, some type of financial gain or some higher position in life. Or in this case, she'll flirt with him to get a better tip out of him. Yeah. Why not? Because like I said, woman, especially in the U.S., all she has to do is be of healthy body weight and take a bath and stand up. And you see that curve in her leg that goes to her hip, that goes to her thigh, and then her waist curves back in, and you done. As a man, that's all you need to see. See, woman is always for sale. Whether she really wants to be or not, woman is always for sale just because she's woman. Man, we're going to keep going with this.
Like, I've been flirted with on TikTok. Actually, hasn't been much in a while because I'm just not as active anymore, but I've been flirting with TikTok quite a bit, but in real life, it doesn't happen.
No, it does.
Every time I give a girl my number, like, not long ago, I went out with a couple friends, saw this girl I thought was attractive. She was with two other friends. I gathered the courage, and I had written my name and number on a napkin, gathered courage. I walked over, introduced myself to all of them, bought them all drinks.
Oh, yeah. What do I say? Never. No, don't. No. Do not buy a woman a drink, man. Don't. No, that buying a woman a drink. No, see, you're walking. In my opinion, I would say this: when you buying a woman a drink is walking into proving that you're going to be her financial beta, unless you have a specific game plan to switch to flip it on her. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got that game plan, like, or maybe you just trying to get her drunk to fuck her later or some shit like that. Like, you are what get, like I say, do not give women unearned shit, man. Don't, because women know, bitches know when you give them unearned stuff. You giving her something just because she's a woman. You see what I'm saying? Don't give her shit just because she's a woman. Women know when you are doing this. I don't know how it's so difficult to drill this into men's minds. Women know when you give them something because only for the mere fact that they are women. Okay, and when she sees that, she goes, got another fool. So it's up to and you put her in the position of power, because why? You gave her something for the exchange of her simply existing as woman. So that means now she has the choice and the option to look down at you and tell you no. She is, and what do all women do when a woman is in a position of power? What does she do? She always fucks it up. Always. You cannot let them be in a position of power. So I know where we're going next. Well, what do you do? So here's a perfect example. I know I'm going to hear it later. From my girl. But I'm going to tell y'all this shit to keep it real with y'all. There's a coffee shop down the street from me, right? And they always, I don't know how it works in the US, but over here in Europe, they do these intern programs, right? Where they always it's always some new young foreign girl that comes in there. Right now, there's a girl from Ghana and a girl there's a girl from Ghana, a girl from Slovakia, and there's also a young Czech girl in there. They're all like, between the ages of 19 to like 24, right? And every time they get these new young girls in there, they always fucking love me. And you want to know why? Because I don't fucking look at them. I go in there and I strictly try to order some shit. I'm not trying to stir up conversation, because it is beta simps over here who try to stir up conversation with the bitches. Look, them bitches are getting approached by every man who walks in there. All right? Those women are getting every man who walks in there and seeing young, attractive woman, he's going to try to spin his game and strike up a conversation. So think about it. Well, I don't even want to stand out to him, because I'm honestly not even trying to talk to him, but it still works in the same manner. What is the woman going to actually remember? That motherfucker who stands out. And who's going to stand out? The motherfucker who's not chasing after her pussy. See, mark my words, try it. And give it time. It may not happen the first time, it may not happen the second time, but she's gonna eventually work her way over to you to try to figure out what you about and why you not paying her attention. So anyway, back to the story. Every time they get these new young girls in there, the same shit happens. They end up coming over to me, trying to figure out what I'm doing. What are you doing in Prague? What do you do for work? And here comes the questions every time. The next thing you know, they smile nonstop until I leave the restaurant. Matter of fact, the last little girl is 24. She works at rock climbing shit, right? Little cute little girl, little cute petite little girl, long hair, petite little cute girl, and she does rock climbing. She's an instructor for there part time. Like literally by the time I left, the bitch was like stuck on the fucking counter, just smiling. It was so nice to meet you, and I'm just walking away waving like, well, bye, type shit. Like they can't stop you. You want to know why? Because I don't try to talk to them. I sit down to eat I ate a bowl of soup and some fucking bread. And I set the fuck down and say, stop. Bitches know when you approaching them. And like I said, see, dude, homie, in this clip, that little girl was approached by at least 4 of the men just like you. All right? And like I in the live stream I had, there was a caller, we talked about, girls in the gym and approach a girl. Look, man, by the time that girl's getting approached so much that for the simps who are actually approaching her, those guys are now boiled down to, well, who's going to be the highest bidder? That's all that's going to come down. What can she see will be the highest bidder? She's going to revert to strictly prostitution at that point. Because how else are you going to choose with all these men who are constantly approaching her, trying to sell them a personality? Look, she can't keep up with all these personalities and who she likes the best. It's going to come down to who's going to be the highest bidder, right? At that point, when she's in that mode of man's chasing me. But how do you beat that? Don't chase them. Don't chase them. Don't give them shit for free. Stop giving her a fucking extra tip because she has tits. She knows what you're doing. And I'm not saying this to make fun of homie in the video or men out there is doing it, but it's the fucking reality. Go ask your auntie, your niece, your cousin, your sister, your mother, your grandmother. Ask all them. Play this video for them. And see if they don't say, yeah, he's right on. That's exactly what happened. They gonna agree. I know. I will pay you money if they disagree. And I always own my word. I will send you $50 for a fucking video confirmation saying no, that's not right. Because they know I'm telling the truth.